Quick breakdown on NAS100 and gold again. Today's the 27th of January. Let's get to it, all right? So we can see that NAS is clearly bullish. We have on the H4 time frame. The most recent candles are bullish candles. We do have some exhaustion. We do have a bearish candle here actually, followed by some exhaustion. But the overall direction is bullish. But again, let's see what goes on the smaller time frame. So we got dropped down to the 30 minutes. You see that price created a high low here, extended itself to the upside, created another high low. Price then failed to create new highs and has a higher probability now of retesting the previous low and continuing higher from there, which is here. Or it could just be the beginning of a price range. Price could also continue to the downside, have a retest to the bottom, and have a sell-off to the downside for a steeper retracement where we could see price again retrace and then continue to the upside because we are overall bullish. All right, so at the end of the day, we would be looking for mostly bullish opportunities. So these are just the probabilities that exist on NAS for the morning. This is a 30-minute time frame. Again, so we could see price just bouncing around within the price range. However, I don't believe that will exactly happen. Session open is in literally 9 minutes, so we could definitely see some movements with that session open volatility, especially since we don't have any red folder news events today. All right, so again, price range, break to the downside, and sell off first retracement before we get a buy-in opportunity somewhere down here potentially, continuing to the main trend. All right. And of course, we could just bounce off the bottom of this zone. This could just be a retest of this area of support here. And price could continue to the upside with the session open volatility that we should potentially see to give the market some movement today. And now we just go over to NAS really quickly. Again, I believe yesterday we spoke about NAS being at all-time highs. I mean, it's incredible to see that gold, is trading at these levels right now. So when the market created these highs, we had a retracement. And it's very similar to what NAS is doing actually. We have a failure to trade higher, and then we have price coming back down, potentially to retest the area of support at the bottom here. Or we could see some sort of price range going on with price again trading at these all-time highs. Usually when prices are at all-time highs, we tend to believe that it's going to continue for like this very long period, pushing. But of course, the market doesn't necessarily work like that. It does take breaks. It does have indecision. This equilibrium periods of equilibrium where there's stagnant buying and selling in the market. And during those periods, we have to learn to take advantage we have to learn to identify the opportunities that would arise in the market because again, opportunities at all times. So that's why it's very important to understand what the market is doing, where it's at, and how you can take advantage, which is why I always try to give multiple scenarios for the trade setups that I give on these videos here. Because again, I can't give one definite thing that I want to see in the market because what I want to see and what actually happens in the market are two very different things. All right, so whatever happens in the market is unique. Whatever you think you know about the market and whatever you predict is going to happen, you are quite literally just making it up. So instead of wasting my time thinking about those things, I just create scenarios and I would think about what exactly I'm going to do if any of these scenarios were to play out. I believe that's a more practical approach to trading. So that is essentially how I do it. So, well, again, the scenarios that I draw out are usually the market goes up, down, or sideways because those are the three directions that the market goes in anyway. I'm just giving like a quick explanation pretty much. But again, on gold, we could potentially see price following a price range because we are trading at highs. It is looking like it's going to retrace because there is still bearish momentum in the market at the moment. The only reason we would see, I'm speaking very fast. The only reason we would see bearish momentum in a very strong bullish market is because the market wants to retrace or rest to some degree before it continues to the upside. That again could be in the form of a price range. The market, I don't believe the market would continue going any lower, but again, you have to be prepared for any scenario. Of course, I'm very prepared for the market coming down to this area or some area below where we could form a higher low, and then I can take advantage of buying opportunities again. All right, so very, very quick. I mean, there's not much of a breakdown. It's just pretty much giving some scenarios about what we could see in the market. And a very quick psychology tip, I guess. All right. So of course, you guys have a good trading day. I'm gonna get ready to trade the NAS session open. Well, session open on the NAS 100 with pretty much the same analysis that I just gave here. But of course, I'll be going on the even smaller time frames because so what I'm looking for really on NAS is a bullish opportunity. So I would look for some sort of higher low that is being formed around 1 or 2 minutes prior to session open. And of course, not just a higher low, but you have to come down on the smaller time frames, ensure you're seeing a bullish engulfing variation to some degree, and that it's a valid entry into the market for the buy. And once you get in again, 1 or 2 minutes, possibly even the minute before session open, the volatility kind of just drives to where the overall direction is in the markets. All right. So again, I hope you guys have a great trading day. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Okay.